This is stainless steel. And we all know what happens to stainless steel. Fingerprints are everywhere, look.
Still at full throttle. You have 600 horsepower. Uh-oh.
The Cybertruck does not work anymore.
Hi, I'm JJ. Welcome back. Well, is Tesla's Cybertruck Elon Musk's worst idea? And is it soon to be heading to the scrap yard of history? That's the story for today. Let's get into it. We can see this headline here. Tesla's Cybertruck is a bust, so it's not going well. The truck that was supposed to revolutionize everything is flopping fast, and it definitely was Elon's idea, right? In fact, he probably made some designers and engineers go along with it, even though they didn't want to, and it's turning out to be a commercial flop. And also this headline this week from the Wall Street Journal, no less. Tesla's top North American sales executive leaves amid slump. That's a sales slump. Troy Jones's exit after 15 years is the latest departure at Elon Musk's electric car company. So we can only guess why he's leaving. Perhaps Elon is blaming other people for the sales decline when really, he went into politics, very divisive politics. Sales have gone down, and the Cybertruck sales have gone way down, or at least they're not doing as well as Elon wanted. He wanted to make 250,000 of these a year, but as we'll see in a minute, sales have been pretty bad compared to that. But the Tesla promoters, the Tesla pumpers, the Elongelicals still say things like this: the best vehicle Tesla has ever made. Well, there have been a lot of problems with the vehicle along the way, that's for sure. So back to this article, it says, the hype is dead. The Tesla Cybertruck, once billed as the future of electric vehicles, is now looking like a commercial bust. And here are some of the numbers about that. In the second quarter of 2025, Tesla sold just 4,306 Cybertrucks, down a staggering 50.8% from the 8,755 units it delivered during the same period last year. So really going down, disappointing. According to new data from the Kelley Blue Book, this plunge is a signal that America's most hyped truck may already be out of gas. And Elon is good at the hype, there's no doubt about that. And back when he released this was the first signs that it wasn't going well. Let's have a look at this again.
Franz, could you try to break this glass, please? Sure? Yeah. Oh my God. Well,
okay, so yes, that was the
little
first signs that things weren't right. It was supposed to be unbreakable glass. They did break it. They did that experiment later, I think, with a much softer ball. But having said that, the safety concerns as well. If you have unbreakable glass, if there's a crash, it's hard to break the glass and get out, right? So there's been safety concerns about it from that point of view as well. That's another story, really, but that was a bad demonstration. It went viral at the time. I'm sure you remember that. So when the Cybertruck was first revealed in November 2019, Elon Musk called it a better truck than the F-150, that's the Ford, faster than the Porsche 911. Its sci-fi stainless steel exoskeleton and futuristic angles made it an instant viral sensation and a lightning rod for debate. Yes, a viral sensation. Some people loving it. The Elongelicals, the Tesla pumpers loving it. A lot of people not liking it. But almost 6 years later, it says the truck's surreal design, awkward size, high price, more on that in a minute, and late delivery, yes, it took a long time, have turned it into a niche curiosity, not a mass market hit. Mass market would have been that 250,000 units, but it's nowhere near that. And this was Elon talking about the price when he first unveiled it in 2019. And so people were disappointed about the price for a start. Elon claiming that it was going to be this price.
but it's gonna.
So under $40,000. And of course, when it came out, it was nothing like that. It was way above that. Took a really long time for them to produce it, probably because of the stainless steel, how to manufacture it, and then it came out as an expensive price. The Cybertruck officially launched in November 2023, so he first unveiled it in 2019. Years behind schedule, and base model starting at $72,235, and top tier variants pushing well beyond $100,000. So yes, from under 40,000 coming out at 100. So a lot of people pre-ordered this and then they dropped off the list for obvious reasons. Early reviews raised red flags over software glitches, poor fit and finish, and disappointing range for a vehicle of its size. So more on some of those things in a minute as well. So here we have some of the panels. People pointed out, in the early days, panel misalignment and the sharpness of these panels too. So you could actually get cut on some of these panels that were misaligned. And of course, stainless steel fingerprints. If anybody of you have got a stainless steel fridge, and we do, fingerprints are a problem, especially if you've got teenage kids like we have. Fingerprints, I'm forever wiping them, but if you've got this on a car, it's very obvious. And there was no handle either.
This is stainless steel. And we all know what happens to stainless steel. Fingerprints are everywhere. Look. Even my knuckles made fingerprints. You're going to have to be cleaning this thing every 10 seconds or it's going to look like a dirty refrigerator.
Okay, so that was one of the problems, just the fingerprints, but this was one of the other problems that happened from an engineering point of view. Imagine those were fingers, it's just a skeleton. Now, there are videos of fingers. I'm not going to show these here. I've showed them in other videos before. I won't subject you to that again, but people's fingers did actually get crushed when they tested it, and so they did have a fix. So all these problems that they had to do recalls and fixes for. By the way, if you're getting value out of this episode so far, I would really appreciate it if you remember to hit that like button to help the algorithm to spread it to more people. People do forget. I forget when I'm watching videos. Even if I like the video, I forget to hit that like button, but it really does help their creator, so that would be great. Now, the numbers confirm what critics and former fans have been warning. The Cybertruck is not resonating with buyers, certainly not to the level of what Elon said, and my prediction is that they're going to stop making this at some point, perhaps soon, because they're just not selling enough. It's going to be a drag on finances. They have a production line for this, and they're just not selling enough. So Elon said back here, Cybertruck looks like the future. This was in late 2024, and he said this when they unveiled it as well.
I think it's the most unique thing on the road. And finally, the future will look like the future.
Well, some people say it looks like a teenager's version of the future from the 1980s, a 1980s sci-fi future in films, and Elon was hoping that would take off, but it's not resonating with people enough. Well, not enough people anywhere. So it's not just Tesla feeling the pain, though. Ford's F-150 Lightning, another flagship electric pickup, also had a tough quarter, with sales dropping 26% to 5,842, which is a similar number. So Tesla is used to selling more cars than other brands' EVs, and that was down from 7,900. And so this is for quarter two. The decline suggests that enthusiasm for big, expensive electric trucks may be cooling fast. And it's got some other examples of electric trucks on the market. Chevrolet's Silverado EV. GM sold just over 3,000 Silverado EVs in the quarter, which was actually up 39%. So that's good for them. That's still behind Tesla, though, and Ford in raw numbers, but the growth shows there is appetite for other brands, perhaps just not Tesla. As I said, Elon being very divisive, and the Cybertruck's become sort of an icon, a symbol of what Elon's about, and a lot of people hated his politics, including a lot of the viewers on my channel. Just maybe not for experimental luxury trucks, they say. And also there's a problem with the image of this thing, and even back quite a long time ago, this is what people were saying sometimes about the Cybertruck when it first came out.
You see a guy in a Cybertruck.
Appears normal, and then when you look closer, it's like, you got issues, man. You got real issues. When I see a Cybertruck, it's like, you're an instant freak. You're an instant freak.
Really? So, like, he's a 10, but he drives a Cybertruck. Where are we at?
2.
No way,
Yeah,
really?
sorry.
That bad?
Okay, that's a bit sad. So for Tesla, the Cybertruck collapse comes at a rough time. Yes, it has to be said. The sales going down. The company's overall US EV sales fell 12.6% in Q2, and numbers are going to come out soon. Part of a broader industry slowdown. But while the Model 3 gained traction and the Model Y remained the best-selling EV, the Cybertruck is already looking like Tesla's weakest link. The Cybertruck was supposed to be a cultural event, a product that broke all the rules and redefined what a truck could be. Instead, it's quickly becoming a case study in over-promising and under-delivering. Perhaps it will be studied in years to come. And this was the fanfare. This was the ad when it first came out. You know, it looks like Mars here, which was part of the hype. These things can be used on Mars and they're going to be super popular. Okay, so that was the promise, and this was the reality when people got them in the outdoors, in the wild. This is the kind of thing that was happening.
Gentle accelerator. That's full throttle. Full throttle. The truck is really limiting. Still at full throttle. Still at full throttle. You have 600 horsepower. Uh-oh.
So not acting like a real truck in the wild, and this is the downhill part of it.
The truck works so hard to control the rebound that it just comes across as extremely bouncy. Or, stiff, not bouncy, the opposite of bouncy. Then every now and then, the one pedal drive seems to like give up the ghost and you just go catapulting down the hill. So that was a little unnerving.
Okay, so that was the kind of thing that when people started testing it in the wild, and don't even mention the towing. I don't have a video of this, but people were saying it's not that great for towing. And this is a comment on that article afterwards, pointing out something as well. Mike says the article states the truck's surreal design, awkward size, high price, and late delivery as reasons for the vehicle's unpopularity. These are really secondary reasons, he says. The primary reasons are design flaws and reliability. You shouldn't have to engage a special car wash switch to prevent your truck from bricking when you get it washed. You shouldn't have to worry about slicing your hand on many of the sharp corners of the vehicle. Other failures include, and then he lists some of the failures there, exterior trim and construction flaws and so on. And the car wash problem, I agree with that. You shouldn't have to do anything special to go through a car wash, or nothing more than maybe, taking in the mirrors or an aerial or whatever. But this, if you forget to do it or you don't do it, it's been sort of catastrophic. Here's one video about this sort of thing.
The Cybertruck does not work anymore. I'm about 2.5 months in and 3,400 miles, and it's not working right now. So what did I do different? Today I went to the beach. I took the dogs, took it through the car wash, make sure all the sand's off, vacuum the inside. But I noticed there was some sand in the truck bed. So I put the tonneau cover up and I just hosed off the sand in there, and there seemed to be little slots. That's the only thing I've done that's different.
So putting water on it and taking it through a car wash, not a good idea, it seems, which does seem pretty weak for a truck. You wouldn't expect that. You expect to be able to treat it fairly roughly if it's a hardy truck, which it seems like it is not. But for Tesla, today they've announced this. Tesla announces Model YL, a larger 6-seater SUV, coming this fall, and it looks very much like their other cars, more than an update. People are waiting for new models. Is this the new model? It doesn't look that different, just a little bit bigger, somewhat like an X2, the size of a Model X. So will this be successful? Not the promise of brand new models coming out. Other companies are coming out with new models, exciting models, but Tesla's sticking with the same. And the Cybertruck, I think that they're going to have to stop making it soon. What do you think? Let me know in the comments. Do you think they're going to have to stop making this soon? It's been a dud. No doubt Elon will not want to stop it. He won't want to lose face. It was his baby, his idea. It was one of his worst ideas. What do you think? Let me know in the comments what you think about this. And right now I'm going to put a related video up there. Do go and see that now if it's one you want to see. And a subscribe link on screen. Do subscribe if you want to get more of these videos from me in the very near future. Thanks for watching this one, and I'll see you in the next one.